What is up, everybody? Rod J back to share another beer with you here on the Beer Channel. Thanks for swinging by to spend a little time to check out this beer that I will be breaking down. This is going to be one from out of California. I'm going to take a look at the Bruery and their Ruekeller Dunkel. So this is actually the beer we'll be talking about, and this is a Bavarian style Dunkel lager. So anytime you hear Dunkel, Dunkel means dark beer, so obviously we know it's going to be a dark lager. This one comes in with an ABV of 6.2%, and if you're familiar with the brewery, you know they put out some pretty good beers. Ended up grabbing this at one of the shops here in Baltimore. Ideal serving temperature for this one is actually 38 degrees Fahrenheit, so like most of your lagers, you want to have them a little bit cooler temperature. So for that, I'm going to actually use a mug. I don't use mugs as much on the channel here that I remember. And for something like this, it makes it nice because with the mug, you have the handle. And so the handle actually keeps your hand off the glass, which helps to keep the beer cooler. So that's where the mug comes in as a important part that you can use for some of these beers. Now on the pour that I'm pouring right here, it actually came out a little bit more headier than I was expecting it to. I wasn't really pouring too aggressively, so just one of those things that happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and let this temper down a little bit and then come back and share from that point my thoughts on the beer and actually get into it. Shouldn't take but a little bit of time, but for you, it'll be pretty much sudden. Talk to you in a second. All right, everybody, Rod J back again with the beer itself. So it actually leveled out enough where we do have a larger type head on it, but it is breaking down rather easily. But you do have a nice beige tannish type color head. You have a nice color on the beer itself that's kind of a reddish type brown. And looking into it, I can see some things through. Can't fully see to the other side because it is that dark, but I can make out some things when a light gets behind it from the other side of the glass. So not fully dark, but enough that you have that nice tone to it that you're not going to see as easy into the beer itself. Get a little bit closer here. Don't know if you can make out anything from carbonation. Looks like it's too dark there on the camera as well. But nose-wise, nice feel on the nose. You get a nice breadiness, which is common to the style. You also get some caramel type tones that come out on the nose. Nice sweetness of the malts. Definitely a nice little grainy, earthy type feel to the beer. But like this type of style, it's more about the yeast and the malts than it is the hops. So that's what you're getting coming out. Very aromatic. And when I say that, I mean you don't have to sniff really too hard. A nice easy sniff will bring out enough of the aroma that you get a nice sense of the beer there. Taste wise, nice toffee type feel in the taste, caramel type tone in there as well. That graininess comes through, the earthy feel. You get a nice coating of the mouth. A little bit more of that lighter, refreshing type beer being this type of style. So you have that there, not too heavy at all. Sits really well on the tongue. A little bit of a light candy type sweetness there. If you think of something like the candy sugar that we talk about with some of the beers, you have something like that that's taking place. But very nice, very smooth. You know, I was always more of an ale type drinker than a lager drinker in the past, and as I've done more with craft beer, different beer styles, I found a lot of lagers that I actually enjoy too, and a nice Dunkel has a nice little fit for it as well to sit back and enjoy. Definitely recommend checking out that style if you're not familiar with it. You know, it's got that nice refreshing lighter feel as I mentioned, but it's got a little bit of those nice tones that come through, especially if you're a fan of things like caramelly or toffee type things. You really pick it up nicely going through the style. Carbonation, you do feel the tongue prickling, but it's not overly done. It's a nice balance in there. The beer itself is pretty well balanced, pretty smooth going down. This is one that I feel like I could just sit on and drink for a good amount of time, like with no problem. Like on a warm day or whatever, having a few of these, you just keep it flowing, keep it flowing. So if you don't want to get some of the other type of your macro style type lagers, your adjunct lagers, another nice style to actually check out. And again, not all dark beers are high ABV. I know some people think when they got into beer or when they used to be a beer, common thing is to think that a lot of those are higher ABV, where obviously we know now you can have higher ABV with some of the other stuff like some of the IPAs. This is a nice one at 6.2, not really too bad, not too bad at all. And it's got that nice little feel to it. Now, if you don't drink a lot of beer or you have a lower tolerance, just be careful how many you actually drink. But that being said, the Bruery, the Ruekeller Dunkel, 6.2, nice pint-sized can. This one delivers nicely. I do dig it. So if you get a chance, check it out. And thanks for checking out this video. I look forward to catching up with you guys soon. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on, drink beer, live hoppily. Cheers, everybody.